Okay, good morning. It's hot again, so welcome to Pilates. We've got the roller today. It's really warm, so make sure you just stop and have a drink. And I was watching a little. I was doing some learning yesterday, and they were saying about it's good to drink, but actually, what's better for you is to drink every 15 minutes. Have kind of a nice drink every 15 minutes, then a pint, and then nothing for hours. Keep your body going with those fluids regularly throughout the day. So that's my little top tip of the day in the hot weather. So let's start by, we're in a wide stance. So we're going to roll through the shoulders. We're just going to come through some mobilization and some stretches before we come into some other moves. Excuse me, clearing my throat. It's a bit hay fever season. What a lovely day. So big, slow circles. Take the hands behind you, and watch as I'm bringing my hands come behind my bottom as if I was putting my hands in my pockets. You know I love shoulder work. Oh, just breathe. Take some moments to just breathe and be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of your body. And think about, how does your body feel? Do you have any discomfort as you stand? Do you have any pain? Do you have any niggles? Just soften through those areas. Sometimes we have to work around those areas, not directly on them. Sometimes it's joints, muscles, tendons, fascia that create those painful sore bits. Okay, so let's start by just sliding one hand down and the other hand down. So sliding and lifting the elbow. Make sure your knees are soft. Soft knees. And when I'm in other classes, when I'm a participant, I try not to watch people like that. I can't help it. And I see people with, not in Pilates, but pump, for instance, and I see people with locked knees, and I just think you're going to hurt your joints with locked out knees. When your knees are locked out, everything else turns off. So soften your knees, pull in your belly, focus on your pelvic floor. And we're just going to lean and hold and just lift that elbow up a little bit more and then come back to center. So I don't need to stay there too long, just a pause and a lift of that elbow. Keep breathing. So just being aware. Think about your ribs. Is there any discomfort? Does it feel nice to stretch and open in those spaces in between the ribs? Let's do one more each side. So keep checking through your body. Okay, hands just in front of you. Again, soften through the knees. We're going to just cross your hands now. And I want you to keep your hips. So you can see that I'm aligned with my roller in front of me. And I want to try and keep my hips there. So they're not twisting, okay? And I've got patterns on my leggings so you can see. And so it's quite a task to move and keep your hips still. So soften the knees, really anchor your belly, anchor your core, and just rotate. And that will, by keeping your hips still, it will make that movement smaller, but actually you get a more focused movement into the waist, the bottom of the ribs. And trying to keep the shoulders in line. It's really, you might be able to feel it into the back of your shoulders. Relax your shoulders down, so drop them down. Don't kind of have them crunched up. So just some gentle mobility. Okay, then we're going to allow that back arm to open like we do in ability, which we are going to rename. So elbow and open. Still keeping the hips facing forwards, and we'll add on and we'll allow you to move the hips shortly, but keeping the hips nice and forwards, facing forwards. Just alternating, making sure your eye gaze goes with you. Just working through the front of the shoulders now, the fronts of the arms as you take that hand back. Palms are down, so just palms facing the floor. Lovely. And then let's turn the palms up. So thumb up as we open. Does that feel any different? Does it feel easier maybe? Can you feel it into your shoulders a bit more? You might feel it into your deltoids, into those the back of the shoulders a bit more. Just taking your time. And then just roll through those shoulders again. Okay, we're going to take the roller away. I have to think what it's called. Step away, and we're going to step far enough away so that your arms can be outstretched. Your bottom pushes back. Your ears are in line with your arms. And I want you to lift your bottom up and back. And just breathe. So press your bottom back and up. And then try to drop your armpits towards the floor a little bit. So getting a lovely, imagining that space between your shoulder joints into the backs of your hips. Feel it along the hamstrings, the backs of your thighs. Just breathe. Let it go. Lovely stretch for the shoulders. We hold so much tension in the shoulders. Just breathe. Slightly soft knees. It's quite hard here to not lock them out. And then I want you to put the weight through the front of your foot, so through the toes. Just lift the heels ever so slightly. And then lift, come back and lift the toes. Forwards quite slowly here, forwards, and you won't go very far. And you're just lifting the heels, literally, you're almost still touching your mat with the heels. So just rocking slightly, lifting, pulling back, lifting, forwards, lifting, and then bend through the knees, roll up, walk in, and then let's just roll through the shoulders again. Fabulous. Ooh. Okay, we're going to come to feet. So let's just, so we just literally lifted the heels, but we're going to lift right up. Use the roller to help to stabilize you. Then your feet are underneath your hips. So nice neutral pelvis, bottom's tucked under slightly. So you've got that lovely, lovely posture. So just lift heels, raise the heels, press down through the big toe, second toe, and lower down, just onto that flat foot. So lift, press through the big toe, second toe, and then lift. Lovely. Okay, we're going to put the heels together. So you can't see me, but actually I could probably just tilt you down. So, Mary Poppins, toes together, heels together, toes apart. Just alter your roller so it can support you. Big squeeze. Whoop. Right, so I'm going to get my heels together. So big squeeze of the thighs. Squeeze them in towards each other. Squeeze the bottom, belly in, and lower down. And just adjust so that you can stay up. Really good work into the calf muscles. Squeeze the thighs together, squeeze the bottom and feel the whole of the legs, the tops of the legs connect. Use your breath, squeeze, squeeze. And it's the difference between, see, kind of you can see I'm not tensing and I'm tightening, tightening. And lower down. Let's go one more. Squeeze, not tightened, I'm tightening everything up. And lower down. Okay, other way. Toes together, heels apart. And come again. So you might need to adjust your roller, lifting the heels, squeezing the thighs, and you still need to try and squeeze the thighs together. Lower down, squeeze the thighs, the heels, down, pressing down through the balls of the feet. Lovely, good. And then I'm just going to take the heels, feet under the hips and just make a little heel lift, just resting and rolling through the feet. And let's take the roller again into the hands and let's just swing out. This is when you get niggles, isn't it? You feel your niggles, don't you, when you start moving? You're like, this is why it's so good to move. You kind of go about your day-to-day business and it's like, all right, and you might feel if you're walking down the stairs or steps, you might go, oh, but until you move all of your joints, you don't notice your niggles. So it's good to notice and be aware. So let the momentum take your arms up and up, getting your heart rates going a little bit, getting you nice and warm. The exercise thing. Isn't that nice? That's lovely. Oh, that feels better. Can you feel that through moving, you become much looser, less tight, more mobile, more movement through those joints. Okay, hold it there. Let's come. Soft knees, still back into that rotation. I know we've done rotation, but we're allowing the hips to move side to side. Lovely. And then just pop the roller down. Just a couple more moves in standing. And we're just going to soften through one leg. We're just going to take the other leg side to the side, bring it back in to the side. Again, you can lean on the roller, but try not to kind of tip too much. So keep that length, lift up through the chest, through the torso, working through the hips, that lateral side movement. And point the toes. So just one side, anchoring through this supporting leg. Literally sliding, and then let's change sides. So anchor that foot down, support, knee soft, and start small. Good for ankles, feet, knees, hips. So single leg standing is really good for bone health, joint health, and it's literally momentary that we're standing on one leg, but it's good to practice. And one more, and then we're going to come backwards. So here, soften through the knee, take the foot back, straight leg, same leg, slide, squeeze through the bottom, slide. And if you want to watch me, hips stay forwards, we're not rotating. Lovely, keep going. Keep going. And then change sides. Slide and press. Slide, press, slide. So big squeeze into the bottom. So a glute squeeze here, but working through the fronts of those legs. Okay, and then we're going to come into our lovely getting down on the floor. So wide feet, nice wide feet. And you're going to just take your weight side to side. You might need to take your feet even wider. So stick your bottom out, start to stick it right out. You don't need to come all the way down for now. I just want you to get that movement through the groins, that open out. And then we're going to start to lift the toes. So lift the toes, come to the other side and lift the toes. Side and lift. Stick your bottom out. Lovely. if you can try and get down. Well, I haven't done this for a long time, can you tell? And then we're aiming to come down into that little squat. Now I've had to bring my feet in, and then I'm going to use the roller to come up and just come into a sway. Okay, let's work our way down. So just put the roller to the side for now. We will be using it again, and we're going to roll down. I want you to take your time. Soften through the knees. Hands are away from the legs. We'll just roll it down. One vertebra at a time. Use the muscles in your belly and your core to pull. So really engage. Use them purposefully to lift your body up, rolling up, tucking the bottom under one vertebra and top, roll the shoulders back. If you want to, you can lift the arms, send the arms away, and just roll down. So we are going to do this quite a few times. It's good to roll down, stretch the back of the body, squeezing. And it feels nice into the back. It's good to stretch the back. Again, pull through the belly, pull through the core, engage. And when you're thinking about what you're doing, sometimes it just makes you work the right muscles, not always, but otherwise you use the wrong muscles to get up and then you don't engage the right muscles. Not all the time. And then this time, just pop the roller down in front of you and roll down. And just take the roller under the hands. And we can come into a hamstring stretch here. So drop the head. Just roll the roller away a little bit. Lean forwards onto the toes, but we're not lifting the heels. We're just taking the weight into the balls of the feet. So the weight is kind of into the joints, my big toe joints. Just take the weight forwards a little bit, stretching through the hamstrings, and then roll it back. Roll it back and allow the head to drop. And let's roll forwards again, just a little bit. Or you can go further and further again if you want to. It's up to you. Roll it away. This time we're coming down onto the knees. Send the knees out really wide, feet together, hands on the roller. Send the roller away. If you can, drop the head to the floor and hands just rest on the roller. And just enjoy. Lovely child's pose. Stretch into the hips. Okay, and then we're going to come up. Oh. Let's sit sideways. Oh. I've been looking forward to this. It's like that little pleasure pain, isn't it? And, you know, we all have achy bits, sore bits, and this bit for me hits the spot, that point of discomfort. So feet are wide, and we're just going to, still thinking about pulling the muscles in the belly in and tucking the pelvic floor on under a little bit. And I'll try and show you from the side, and maybe not. I'm at the back end of the, I'm kind of like underneath I've rolled forwards. So the base of my spine is on the roller, and I can feel the backs of my hips. And then I'm going to press back and feel your pelvis tilt forward. So it's kind of like, because you're on the underneath side, the top end of your thighs now, the tops of the femurs it tilts your pelvis forwards, and then we're going to come forwards so you're on the back of the pelvis, and then push back. So we're just pushing and pulling, tilting and tucking, tilting and tucking, and then we're going to find that midpoint on those sit bones, sit bones. So you should feel like a little gap there, and we're just going to rock just a little tiny little pulse, a little press, tiny pulse, and that's where the ends of the back of, so imagine this is my femur, it's here, we're massaging the underneath of the back of the femur, and then we're going to take the weight onto one side. So just a little tiny lean and forwards and back. Forwards and back. And can you feel that? So pleasure pain. Get so into the area, that gap in the joint where like the nerves and the tendons and all that lovely fluid is. We're going to come to the center, rock again, and then come to the other side. Notice the difference. Have you got one side that feels more mobile or more sore than the other, or are they the same? Do you not have any problems? It's good to massage here. It's good. Oh, lovely. Good. And then come to center. Okay, so we're going to dismount gracefully. And then come sideways. And we're going to pop the band. We're going to pop the roller under, again, the lower back. So that when we lift, we're going to lift one leg, and you can adjust it when you get there. We're going to lift one leg into tabletop, and then the other into tabletop. And you want the roller to naturally just tilt your pelvis up a little bit. And this kind of, I think this makes tabletop a lot easier, because you're going with gravity. However, when we try and tap down, it's a bit further to go. So keeping that 90 degree in your knee, we're going to just tap 1 foot down. So it's kind of going away from your body, and then lift back to tabletop. Try not to let those feet come in towards the bottom. So imagine you've got a brace on your knee and it won't move. Okay. And we're lifting and lowering. So lower down, tap down, lift into tabletop. Alternating feet, legs. And what you might feel is a stretch into the front of the hips, into the hip flexors. This is a good thing. Down, tap, lift. So we're going to slow it right down now. So we're going down, 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 and tap. Lift up as slowly. So it's for about a count of 6. So slower than a slow thing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tap, lift, 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 lift. The other leg is anchored, it's still. If you need to put your hand on that other leg, you can, to keep it still. Adjust if you need to. Lovely. Okay, we're going to change. So same movement, we're going to tap down, we're going to slide the leg away, kick up, we did this last week, kick, back to the start. Other leg, tap, slide, kick, back to the start. All the time, keeping the other knee still. Down, slide, kick to the center. Down, slide, kick, back to the start. Keep going. And it does help to keep that hand on the leg. So just keep it still. Lovely. Okay, back to tabletop. So we're going to keep one leg in tabletop. Hold on to the roller if you want to with your hands. Straighten off one leg. lower down to about 45 degrees, and we're going to circle. So we're going to make a circle going outwards, so clockwise, slowly, not a massive circle, like a medium circle, but slow, slowly, 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 slowly. And then we're going to reverse direction. So tracing your toes, your ankle is relaxed, but your toes are pointed. So there's no tension through the foot to the ankle. Just tracing a circle round, and then we're going to reverse direction again. Reverse, reverse. Lovely. And then let's swap sides. So bring both legs in, straighten off the other leg to about 45 degrees, and making that, oh, we better go clockwise again. So, oh, and make sure that that other knee doesn't come in. Try and keep it at half tabletop. Circle slowly, nothing too fast. Straighten off that leg. Pointing the toes, and let's reverse direction. Circle, medium sized circle. Okay. Circle, circle. That's it. And then let's change direction one more time. Fabulous. And then coming straight back to the other leg, point the toes, and then let's make a big circle. So you need to make it slow, even slower, tracing as big a circle as you can, keeping that, when that knee, other knee will try to come in. So pop your hand on the thigh, circle, circle. Fabulous. All the way out to the side, down and around, up, and then let's reverse direction slowly all the way around and out. Keep it going. So don't go fast. Let's do 2 more here. Last one. And then we're going to swap legs. So anchor that leg, adjust if you need to. It's not very ladylike, is it? Adjusting, so pointing the foot, and we're going clockwise to start. So circle, feel it. How does it feel first? So super slow, medium slow, all the way out. I want you to get to those edges. So especially like down, edges, down to the diagonal, all the way to the side, up and back to the center, down, out, up, back, down, out, up, and back. One more, and then we're going to reverse direction. And it might just feel slightly different as you come the other direction. It sometimes takes the pressure off your joint going in this direction or adding on in another area. So we're all so different. Okay. Can you do 2 more? Are you slipping off? I'm slipping off. 1 more. Fabulous. And then hug your knees into your chest, which is quite nice with the roller underneath your pelvis. Oh. Hook your knees in, and just side to side. Massage on the back of your pelvis here. Fabulous. Okay, pop your feet down, just readjust, and we're going to come into a little bicycle, not a bicycle, sorry, point, 1 leg, bring the knee in, and then swap sides, knee in, knee. So you're pressing away, hugging the knee in, and you get length through the front of your hips as you send that leg away and down. towards the floor. So press and down. If you want to, you can lift your shoulders off the floor. Pull in. So let's go 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. Breathe out. Lovely. Last one. And just pop your feet down. Oh. We're going to come into a full body stretch. So if you can, if it's not too much, just take the roller to just, you have to wiggle it to find what's most comfortable for you. If it's too high up, you kind of get too much of a back stretch. So have a wiggle, jiggle. So extend the legs and just rest on the heels. And this is like back extension work, so we won't be here very long. And we're just going to take hands down, so my wrists are resting on the roller. I'm going to take one arm overhead, bring it back down. Take the other arm overhead and bring it back down. So a nice stretch. Shoulder resting, arm back, so thumbs touching the floor behind you. Changing arms. Lovely. How do you feel about taking both arms over, circling around to the roller and overhead? If you've got room. Breathe, don't hold your breath. Over, circle, and bring one foot in and bring the other one. Take the roller away. Pop your feet onto the roller and just pull your bottom under. So just lift your pelvis upwards. So pressing down on the roller with your feet, we're just coming into a pelvic tilt, just to come into that opposite move from the back extension. So just tilting your pelvis, relaxing to neutral, tilting, and then to neutral, tilt, neutral. Lovely. And then we're going to do some little acrobats. Take hold of the roller and pop it under your head. This is a lovely bit. I love this bit. I love all of it, really. So underneath your head, into your neck. Just let your head relax onto the roller. And just working into the occipital areas, the bones and the back of your skull. So just taking your head just gently side to side. You can close your eyes if you want. We're not in relaxation yet, but this is so nice to do. So on the back of the skull on the roller, just taking as if you were looking one way and then the other. And just trying to go a little bit further each time, feeling those knobbly bits on the back of your skull. We hold a lot of tension here, down into the neck. Lovely. Fabulous. And then just set your head into neutral. And then we're just going to press the bottom of the skull against the roller and tuck your chin down into your throat. It kind of doesn't even hit your chest really, almost. So just press down, release. And it's a tiny movement. Press down, release. Press down, release. Press and release. And then we're going to move the roller under the shoulder blades. So just underneath, so across both the shoulder blades, And you can just put your hands under your head if you want. So interlink your fingers, and your feet are hip width apart. Just interlink your fingers. So your elbows are kind of out, they're splaying out. And we're going to bring your feet in towards your bottom, and we're just going to lift the bottom. And if your elbows are wide, we can rock forwards and back, keeping your head in alignment. And just going forwards and backwards, feeling and massage into, it's kind of like imagining your shoulder blades are flat, because they are, because your elbows are wide. And we're massaging the top, the superficial, the top surface of the back of your shoulder blades. Just slowly forwards and back. Not too far down, because then you hit your kidneys and it's like, that feels uncomfortable. And we're just controlling that movement just by slowly rocking forwards and backwards with your bottom towards your heels, and then pressing away. Okay, we're going to lift the elbows slightly, just about 45 degrees. So your eye gaze is up to the ceiling. And you're massaging the backs of your shoulders, and it might feel a bit more bony now as we hit some of the edges of the shoulder blades. And you can come down a little bit if you want to, not too far. See how it feels for you. And then we're going to lift elbows, so you might need to adjust your hands. Elbows up to the ceiling, so either supporting your head still, or you can cross your hands onto opposite shoulders. But I'm going to keep my hands under my head. It takes that tension away from your neck. Just feeling that massage into the shoulders. And then we're going to drop the bottom down. Elbows down, and we're going to lie along the length. So however you need to get on, be careful, grab a drink if you need to. Need a drink. It's very warm. Are you all right? Right, so length. Make sure your head is supported on the roller. Oh, I'd forgotten how nice this is. And a lot of us, even though you might not think you are, if you're on your phone or you're reading or you're working, or you've got, I don't know, a tablet or what do you call those things you read with? Your head is down. Your head is down. You get length through the back of the neck, and you get short in the front of the neck. So our shoulders come in, and we're in a crunched up position, a slouched position all the time, and it can cause neck ache, jaw ache, headaches, shoulder pain, shoulder tightness, which affects the whole body. So this just lying here, opening out the chest, is just so good for us. And just allow your shoulders to relax. And you might need to start with your hands on your belly or your chest, but just gently allow the elbows to reach the floor. And then if you can pop the forearms on the floor, even better. So palms down for now. And just start to roll side to side, just small movements. We're not going all the way over. And just close your eyes. Points on your body that meet the roller. So the head, back of the skull, which feels quite light. And then the top of the back, the spine, into the shoulders. And as you move side to side, hitting those shoulder blade points. And maybe the bottom of the shoulders coming into the bottom of the rib cage. And then the lower back, the lower spine, into the back of the pelvis as you move side to side. Right to on the coccyx, but get in there. And then feel your feet flat on the floor. Just rolling side to side, just gently, gently. And then we're going to turn the palms up and allow the shoulders to just open a bit more. And you send the arms away a bit. So away and slightly higher. Allow the shoulder blades to just wrap around the roller. And then just start to move side to side. Okay, then we're going to bring the hands down to the side, hands come up. So into protraction, retraction. So palms are facing in, eye gaze is up towards the ceiling, keeping the hands at equidistance. Press the hands away, up towards the ceiling. Feel that the stretch in the back of the shoulder blades as your shoulder blades lift away from the roller. You pull the muscles in your belly in, pulling the spine into the roller. And then we keep that distance and we squeeze the shoulder blades onto the roller as you pull your hands back a little bit. Keep that same distance, press away. Down. Oh, press away. Again, how does it feel when you squeeze? I can feel one side more than the other. Ooh. Say it's uncomfortable. Yeah, it is uncomfortable. Breathe. So press. Can you press a bit further? Can you squeeze a bit more? You might not be able to. Press a bit further. Squeeze. Okay, little toy soldier. So let's start one arm. So drop one hand. The little finger hits the floor down in front of you. Lift the hand over and the thumb comes overhead as your thumb comes towards the floor. You might not get there, that's fine. Your arm brushes your ear, it's that close. And drop the finger. So just working on one arm for now. Let's see if we can make any improvements here. So just dropping the little finger, dropping the thumb up and over. And do what you need to do to adjust. So if you can't get your arm all the way over, just do what you can. Let's swap sides. So hands both point to the ceiling and then we drop the other hand, thumb towards the floor, lifting up, sliding, so down, brushing your thigh, lifting, feet are nice and wide to give you that stabilization, support, lifting up, over, pressing down, up, over, lovely, up, and then we're going to alternate. So let's one down, one up, one down, one up. Lay down and up. Fabulous. Up is one side better than the other? Okay, let's change. We go down and up and sideways. So semicircle. I can't quite do it. I haven't got enough room. Down and up. Stay there. Circle. And it might be you need to lift your arms off the floor here. That's fine to give you that range of movement. So it's one up and down, circle, and then the other up and down, circle, up and down, circle, and down, and you're done. Well done. Whew. So let's come off, however you might want to come off. Drop off if you need to. We're going to work the wrists. And this is one of those ones that we know we need to do. But it can be uncomfortable. So, knees under hips, hands cup the roller. And we're just going to work the roller away. Work it away from you. Pressing little presses. Lean your body towards it and then bring your bottom back. Pull the muscles in the belly in. And you're just using your hands to work it. So press in, press in, press in. As your roller moves forwards, you're leaning your body into it. And you must pull, keep going, pull the muscles into your belly because you need that. It feels like you need a corset on as you engage those muscles to take your weight forwards. So little lean and then pull back. Good. And then we're just going to put all our weight forwards. Drop the bottom a little bit and pull back. Take the roller a little bit further away, so about an inch. Okay, lean forwards onto the roller. You drop your bottom, but you're kind of not dipping, so you've got control there. Belly is pulled in. Pull back, lean back, roll back. We're going another inch, so take it another inch away. Drop the hips, soft elbows. Just hold for a second, pull back, lean back, roll again, we're going away, so another inch away as you come forwards, drop the hips, just momentarily, breathe, shaky, pull back, and then sit back into child pose, send the hands away, knees are wide. Bring the roller in, stay in child's pose. If you can, just pop your arms on the roller so your wrists, your hands are just hanging over the top. Lovely. And then come up and we'll do it. So, a little bit of a fashion release, or you're going to hate me for this. You might not, you might love me. So, coming onto the roller, and the roller is, it's kind of resting on your pubic bone, into the joints of your hips, into the front of your hips. And you're going to just pop your feet on the top of your feet on the floor. Then we're going to push through the shoulders. So your shoulders press away, hands on the floor, make a fist, lift your feet, walk your body forwards, along the length of your thighs, walk back. So using your elbows to push, pull, relax your feet. So toes just pointing down for now. You know what's coming, don't you? I know. And it's a bit uncomfortable. That tension in the thighs. Through the thighs, those muscles, those quads, core muscles. I think we all neglect to stretch out. Okay, heels together, toes out, hitting those muscles in the inner thighs. If you find a nasty bit, you can stay there and hold it. To your knees, and back. Okay, toes together, heels out, forwards, back, forwards, Ooh. We'll do it a couple more times. That's pretty horrible. We'll do it one more or not. Hold there. Come on. In there, we're going into relaxation. So if you want to lie, I love lying on these things long ways, so I'm going to lie long ways. Or just lie on the floor if you've had enough of it. Make sure your head's supported, feet are nice and wide. And let's just come to a whole body stretch. So feet away, arms away overhead if you can. If you need to pop your thumbs down just to take that tension off your shoulders a little bit, or cross your arms across your chest or your shoulders. If it's too much, close your eyes. Slowly bring your arms in. And then if I was you, I would just anchor my feet wide. You can bring your knees together if that takes pressure off. And the backs of the hands are resting on the floor, so your palms are facing up. And just breathe. Try to make sure your body feels rested on the roller, so evenness. So find the center of your pelvis, going down the length of your spine. Evenness between the shoulder blades. Lift your chin slightly and then come into neutral. Take a long breath in through the nose. Breath out. And again. Fill the belly with your breath. Let it go all the way out. Feel your body almost melting into the roll as your shoulders wrap around. Breathe it in. And just taking an extra moment on that breath out. Just take a pause. And then breathe in again. Pause at the end of the breath out. Really helps to calm your body, calm your nervous system. Listen to the sounds around you. If it sounds busy, then just let it go. Hear birds or nature, then just be with it. Stay with it. Take it in. Listen and absorb. Just become aware of your breath. Just feel your ribs rising and falling. Maybe belly rising and falling as you breathe in and out. Just being aware of your feet on the floor. It's your safety. You feel safe and secure, steady, grounded. Whole foot, right foot, left foot. And feel both feet. Feel that stillness in your body. Every time you completely still until you go to bed tonight. So just enjoy feeling, enjoy the rest, enjoy that kindness you give into your body. And then just take some normal breaths. Just start to move your body however you feel nice to wake you up. From side to side, or just move your toes, your fingers, maybe have a stretch. And then we're going to gracefully dismount. Come up to a seated position. Just take some breaths in, roll your shoulders. Oh, have a stretch. And give yourself a round of applause. Well done. Lovely team. Thank you for joining us again. We'll be back next week. And take care.